How much time do you spend working out each week? And what if we could take that same amount of time and make it so efficient that you were able to burn double or triple the amount of fat in the exact same amount of time? My name is Terrell, and I am one of the coaches here at Beyond 40, and my job is to get you to your fat loss goals quickly. So did you know that there is a hormone that is produced by our muscles during certain types of exercise? And there's actually a couple of non-exercise tricks to produce this hormone that I'm going to get to at the end. But this hormone is going to help us increase our fat burn during our exercise and for hours after. This hormone is called irisin, and it actually, outside of burning an amazing amount of fat, it inhibits the formation of new fat cells. It protects us against insulin resistance, which is enormous, especially as we age, but it also plays a part in slowing the aging process. I'm 52 years old. This is a very big deal to me. I love this kind of stuff. So anyway, this hormone works, irisin, by activating your brown fat cells. So if you're unfamiliar with what brown fat cells are, brown fat cells are the fat cells that are mostly found in babies. Babies are thick with brown fat cells because it helps keep their bodies warm. Brown fat is brown because it is thick with mitochondria, and so it makes the fat cells look brown. And as we know from 7th grade science class, mitochondria is the powerhouse of the cell, so it is responsible for all the burning of the energy and the powering of that cell. So mitochondria is very, very metabolic, and it uses tons of energy doing its job, and brown fat cells have a lot of mitochondria in them, which is completely opposite of your white fat cells. Your white fat cells are storing your extra energy, and they are not very metabolic at all, so it can be difficult to release the energy from those cells. Now, what irisin does that is beautiful is not only does it activate your brown fat cells, but it also helps what's called beiging, which is turning your white fat into brown fat. Now, it's not going to go all the way to brown fat, but actually it adds more mitochondria, so white fat actually turns more and more brown, which is fantastic because this is upping the energy level of even your lowest energy cells. So which kinds of exercise is it that is going to activate this amazing hormone? You know what? It's high intensity exercise. And there's been lots of studies that show that high intensity exercise does help you burn more fat, does help keep you healthy, and all of these things. But now we're getting to the point where we're being able to prove why. So high intensity resistance training and high intensity interval training are your two best ways to activate that exercise hormone. And I love high intensity resistance training because not only are you activating all that extra fat burning, but you're building more muscle, which is going to give you more opportunity to have more production of irisin because it is produced in your muscles. Now, how are you going to add this into your resistance training workout? The very best way, or I should say my favorite way, and what I like to have my coaching clients do, is add a lower weight, higher rep set, either the middle set or the last set. So you drop the weights or drop the resistance if you're using bands or body weight. You drop the resistance and go from maybe 10 to 15 reps all the way up to 20, 25, or 30 reps. Burn that muscle out, because what you want to do is hit that intensity to where your muscles do not want to do one more rep. Your cardiovascular is like, I need to take a breath. When you get to the very end, that is when your body is making yourself produce the irisin. And so we want to get to this level. And with resistance training, it's easy. We're building muscle. It is awesome. With interval training, what I love about this is you can add it to any of the other kinds of workouts that you love to do. If you love to walk or run or cycle or swim or the rowing machine, it is absolutely fantastic because all you need to do 2, 3, 4 times a week is add some quick 30-second intervals into there, right? So if you go for a walk in the morning a couple days a week, find a hill and just like power up that hill for 30 seconds. Get to the point where your muscles are burning, your cardiovascular, you're out of breath. This is a point where we want to get to. Just add these intervals in, and you don't have to be high intense for 30 minutes. Just during that 30 to 45 minute workout period that you have, add 5, 6, 7 bursts of intervals into there, and you are going to not believe the amount of progress you make in a very short amount of time. Now, as promised, those 2 ways that we can actually initiate the production of this hormone irisin without exercise are extreme hot and extreme cold. So extreme temperatures. I'm talking like polar plunges or saunas. Now, I live in Florida. We don't have a lot of polar plunging going on here, but I do love running over to the cryotherapy spa, jumping in, 3 minutes, negative 200 degrees. I'm telling you, I definitely hit an extreme cold temperature. But saunas will do the same thing. Because again, going back to those babies, that brown fat is responsible for regulating the temperature in your body. So when you activate it, you're activating all the energy involved in regulating your temperature. So we want to be freezing, like shivering, or we want to be sweating. And these are the extreme places we want to be. So this speaks so loudly for taking your workouts outside, especially when the temperatures get to be ones that aren't really preferable. We don't really like to work out inside of these temperatures. So like when it gets cold outside, and now, I mean, we're getting close to the holidays, we're getting close to winter. It's not that warm outside. Even in Florida, it was freezing this morning. I mean, it was like 49, I think. Anyway, and so it's cold. So take your workout out there. Be uncomfortable for a few minutes. In the summer, go work out outside. Be hot for a few minutes. Now, here's the thing with this. Please do not get exposure problems. So we don't want frostbite, we don't want sunburn, we certainly don't want you to stay out so long you get hypothermia or you get heat stroke. So please make sure that exposure problems aren't coming into you because of being outside. So limit the amount of time when temperatures are extreme, but take them in for a minute or two. Now, as promised, I have a couple of things that I would like to talk about that are going to actually diminish or stop you from being able to produce this hormone that is going to make you burn so much fat. And one of them is too low calorie of a diet. Now, we love fasting here. Fasting is fantastic, but there's a big difference between fasting and being super low calorie. So when you take intermittent fasting into your diet, which we do love you to do, you don't have to, but please stick to your fasting schedule. And during your eating window, make sure you're getting enough calories. Make sure you're getting the right amount of calories. Also, sleep deprivation. Sleep deprivation will definitely inhibit your ability to produce irisin. There's been study after study that has shown that the quality of your sleep directly correlates with the quality of your life. And here's just another example. If you are not getting good and proper and quality sleep, you're not going to be able to be burning fat as efficiently as you would like to during the day, even following the most strict program, okay? Also, if you have high levels of insulin, now irisin will help you protect you against insulin resistance, but if you already have high levels of insulin, it is going to inhibit your ability to produce this hormone. So if you have found yourself in a place where you have some insulin resistance, it's a good time to take in some exercise, do some of this intense workouts, very short bursts, and kind of get that back to where your insulin resistance is lowering itself. So that is also a beautiful thing for your long-term health. And the last thing is steady state cardio. We definitely want to limit the amount of steady state cardio because that amount of go without any intensity will definitely inhibit your ability to produce irisin. So hopefully all of these things will help, and hopefully it will inspire you to add some intensity to your workouts. I really appreciate you sticking around with me. I'm happy to answer any questions. Drop them in the comments. Thanks again. I'll see you next time. Bye.